Hello everyone, welcome to the Bonsai Life. My name is Damir and today it will be very interesting video. I was really looking forward to this. This is Juniper Nana and I have this tree for about 6-7 years, about 6 years or something like that. I bought this tree, is just like, it was sold like really small tree, like this small. It costed about €1, $1 or something like that. And first year I had it in a small pot. And it did grow, but it didn't grow like that well. And I wanted to like really grow out this tree. So on the beginning, I had that illusion that I will make a small tree in like 3 years or something like that. So I had like in kind of smaller pot, I did cut a few branches here and there, so like totally bad. So, but soon I realized that I'm doing like not good like to the tree, and that with that kind of approach, I'm not gonna get anywhere. So I put the tree in this colander. And there I have my classical bonsai soil, very coarse, unorganic soil with quite a lot of pine bark. And I left the tree to grow for 5 years. I did wire the tree here and there, like on the beginning when I just put it there. I had like first wiring, then I put the wires off, then I wired again, then again. I think like maybe 3 times I had like wire off and on. And I did prune every time just top of the tree. So just this part, I just prune a bit every year, just like, so I didn't want these big branches. So I just kept this in this top part like kind of under the control. I did let it to grow, but not that much like as the top of the tree, because I know I will never use this. So these are my sacrificial branches that I just let it to grow. And now this tree is quite thick. And on the beginning of my kind of like, when I saw where I'm going kind of, I wanted to make something like a bunjin style out of this tree. First I was thinking to make a bunjin. Then I was thinking, okay, I had like two of the leaders, so I was thinking, okay, I will have like kind of twin leader, and it will be very twisty, kind of interesting tree. Then I changed my mind. I was going with just one leader and one like a branch. And then I had like a big thought process about this, and now I'm thinking I will remove, it's time to remove the sacrificial branches and start refining the tree to the kind of look that I want. So the tree will still thicken up. I don't want this tree like really thick, and okay, I want, but that will happen anyway. And just like some of the branches that I'm growing out now, I will like totally remove because I don't want them anymore. So now I will start kind of building that what I want. So in let's say next 5 years, I will get the thickness I really want, like mature thickness of the tree. There I will have my shari and my jeans already there. So then it will be just about refining the pads and things like that. So this is kind of first step to become a bonsai after, let's say, 7 years of growing the small tree. When you have your own cuttings or your own tree that you already buy from the nursery, and it's a small kind of tree, and you want to make the bonsai as you wish to look like, so you put the wire on that cutting or on that small nursery tree, and you shape it as you like to that bonsai will final look of the trunk. And this is it after few years of growing. And now what next? Next is what we will do, and then I hope I will show you this tree in another few years where it will look like a real bonsai tree. So this is just one step to make a bonsai tree out of juniper. In my, not just my, but like I heard this from few people actually who making the bonsai, you need like 10, 11, 12, 15 years to make a bonsai out of juniper. So about 10 to 15 years to make a bonsai. So now I'm like kind of in halfway journey. So let's start with some work. And I did look at this tree a lot. And now you cannot see at all where is like what to do. So now I will just first do some cleanup work on this tree, so at least you can see, or I can see, where we can begin or what to do. So I will shorten this top. I will use some of these branches, but they don't have any movement, and I'm not gonna use the branches that don't have any movement, or I cannot move them like after shortening them. So first I will take these big branches, and that will make some space so I can see inside and we can see what we're gonna do. I will start with this lower branches, like with these two, and I will just leave tiny bit as like a jeans, and I don't know will I ever use those jeans, but for now I will leave them there just to see like how it's look like, and if I don't like it I can take it off anyway. This is the only branch that has some movement. I think this branch was wired once, so I did wanted to use this branch, but I'm not gonna use it ever. So, and I don't want really a big gin, so for the beginning I will shorten it, let's say up to here, like this. This is really good cutting, and now you can place your cuttings in some soil and wait for the spring to start rooting. But for now I don't have place for new trees, so I'm not gonna save any cuttings. So here is the next branch that I will remove, and again I will just leave tiny part. And this is actually another branch, so there are kind of like 3-4 branches emerging from one place all the way down on the bottom of Nabari. And this one I will remove also, like this. These are all my actually sacrificing branches. So let's see what I have there. So now this is opened. So now you can see there a bit, and I think that could be my front, but I think this here will be much better front of the tree, this here. And now I have this branch here that I didn't want to use this branch as a branch. I think I wanted to use this one, and I think I had a wire on one of these branches here, this one or this one. I had a wire there because that was my planned branch, and this one is already quite thick and doesn't have any movement, so I will just shorten that branch for now. I'm not gonna eliminate that branch totally, so I will take something like this. So this is gone, and then I have this branch here, and this one I will remove also, and I will leave tiny bit. And I have some small branches that I don't need at all, like this one here, and this is how it's look like now. So the next step is I will shorten everything on the top of the tree. So I have these small branches there, like these. So I will shorten these branches, and I will use those small new branches as my new branches. And I don't know which of these I will use actually for like use that's gonna be my new branches. And because I don't know that, I will leave the most of them there for now. So now it's just about shortening everything. And I cannot like shorten everything like too much, or then the tree will not gonna like that, and then I will get juvenile foliage on it, that kind of spiky foliage there. And on some places you can still see that this tree had kind of that juvenile foliage, but that's already kind of grow out, and I have the foliage as it should be there. So adult, normal. And where I have like kind of branches kind of growing down, so I'm gonna shorten everything up to there. And that's just like, that's not the definitive kind of shortening of the branches. I could take still some of these branches off. Some I will wire, most of them I will wire. And I want everything that is on the top, I want kind of like much shorter. So I want definitely to use my ramification that I have there. So, but I want everything shorter, much shorter. And this tree did grow really well this year. I was feeding this tree like heavily, and I didn't prune anything. I did feed it good. It had the stable one place on the bench. I didn't change the places. That's also really good when this tree is not moving. So this year this tree had like really good year of growing, and this tree is still growing, so this tree will still grow a bit this year, so we will see. So I have this branch from down lower, and maybe you can see I have like very twisty trunk here. and I have some branches kind of like this one. This is quite major branch, but it's growing kind of inwards. I have other branches that are kind of outwards like this one, and I already knew that I'm gonna use this branch, so I will take this branch off totally. And I'm not gonna use any gin there, because I think any gin that is kind of going inwards, it wouldn't look good. So I want this kind of flash. I think anyway I will have a shari here on the top of these curves. So now everything is like kind of, you see it much better. So I shortened this a lot. So now I'm gonna go to this part. I have also this branch here. I think this will be one of my pads that will go here. And I have some new branches that are growing kind of downwards, and that's exactly what I want. So later I will clean these branches that are growing kind of upwards, like this one, let's say, or I can shorten them to fill up my pad, but I want everything that is growing kind of downwards more than the branches that are growing kind of upwards. Now I have here my secondary trunk. This is this one here, and this trunk has amazing movement, and I was making this just for the gin. So I have this movement of the branch, and I was letting this branch to grow, to thicken up, and then to kill that branch and to make a nice gin. And the gin should kind of movement of the gin should look like same as the movement of the tree. So the gin and the tree should like complement each other, not just like a straight gin on a very twisty tree, but like twisty gin on very twisty tree, and like straight gin on the straight tree. So I was making this to be my gin, but later on I was thinking I could gin the part of the branch and the part to leave kind of living, and make a small pad here, so the tree will be kind of wider, and I will have a part of the living branch and part of the dead branch. So, and I will still have the movement and everything. So I'm still thinking to use this as my kind of branch, and this is my main trunk and the main kind of leader, and this will be just a branch. So I want to take this as short as I can, but I don't want to kill this branch either. I just want to have, I need something to go down kind of and have like a pad here like this, but it would be good for you to be able to see the movement of the branch. So, and this will thicken up, and when I put the shari on this, it will look really good, and I can kill the top part of the branch, so the shari will go along the branch, and then you will have a dead part, and then you will have a living pad that like grows kind of downwards. That would look good, I think. So I would like to shorten this, but still keep growing this branch. So, and because it's already grew too much into my kind of like how I would like, so I have to either wire this, make it a bit more compact, and remodel this branch, or I can take some of the thicker branches off and use the new growth that I have there and kind of work on that new growth that will be my future branch. So I will try to shorten it as much as I can, but I cannot shorten everything as much as I can, as much as I want. Sorry. So now I have some branches, like let's say this one that is growing kind of inwards. I don't think I need this, but I would like to later on wire something like this and bring that kind of down like this, so my pad here will have kind of volume on the pad, so it's not gonna be totally flat, but it will be kind of like that tear shape, like this. So it's not gonna be like this flat, but you will have some branches that grows kind of up and then thinner and thinner. So I would like to use some of these branches, but shorten them as much as I can and trying not to kill them, and then later wire them and flip them over my existing pad. So let's try to do that. And it will be like a lot of wiring with this tree, but I think not much today. We will see. It's still early to say anything, because I don't see anything still. I don't see the shape, I don't see anything. I'm just guessing and remembering what I was doing before, like 5 years ago, but tree is changing. How many times I had some plan, and on the end the look was totally different, because the Mother Nature do also their thing. So now I have these all. I will shorten them as much as I can. Now this was my back branch, or this will be kind of my front of the tree. So if this will be my front of the tree, I don't want this to go into your face like this here. You can see that. So I want the tree to lean to you, of course. That's one of the basic things. So you have kind of tree leaning to you and welcoming you, but I don't want also like kind of in your face branch. So I will cut this short, and we will see. I could either this will be the back branch, or I can make out of this branch kind of something interesting and some small pad on the side. But if I make some small pad on the side, then I would have to cut this part of this twisty branch and move this kind of pad to the side here, and then I can have kind of open part here, that front part, if this will be the front. If this will be the front, then this will be the back of the tree, and that's gonna be a back branch. So, and throughout my thinking process, this was kind of back branch. So I was like kind of counting with this to be my back branch. So we will see. Now I'm in the process of making some mame junipers. That mame junipers will be very interesting. I will show them to you in spring when I will kind of have to repot them into some smaller pots, but they're definitely very interesting. Then I have some branches kind of like these branches here. I don't think I need these branches, but for now I could probably use them if I go crazy and make just gins out of these curvy parts, and just use these branches to make out of them actually the real pads that I'm gonna use in future. That's why I'm gonna leave those branches. I will just shorten them a bit, just so they don't grow into these other branches, those twisty ones. This branch here I can definitely use, and I can definitely make a pad out of this one. So for now I will take it up to here. I will pin the top of this, and this one I think I don't need it. I think this is kind of too low. Let me see one more time. I will take just this here. I will take this completely off, just so this is taking the sun out of this part of the tree. I think this branch is totally useless. It's kind of growing in an inner curve, so even the gin out of this, it's not like it's not useful. I think this I should cut off totally, or just leave it as my sacrificial branch. But I think I should make a pad out of this here, or this here. So I could put a piece of wire here, make some nice movement out of this, and I think I can cut this off totally. It's just too low. You can see here, this is my nabari. It's just like, it's too low. So let's cut this off. Like this. Looks much better. So I will cut everything that is down low that I don't need. I have some flimsy branches like hanging down, like this one, let's say. I don't need that. I don't need those flimsy branches there. And I have some growth like this here on the clutches of the big branches, so I don't need that there too. And this is like, I'm not needing this for sure, so I can take this off everything. So first I was thinking, should I leave my sacrificial branches for another year? And then I was like thinking. I looked at the tree and I was doing really hard thinking. And I was thinking, if I leave them for a really long time, I could totally mess up my other branches, you know, because you're taking the sun out of the branches that you want to use on the end, and you can always create the new sacrificial branches. So you can just take any part, any new branch that kind of grow downwards, or it grows somewhere where you don't need the where you don't need that precious sunlight, you know. And for your branches that are like kind of that you will use, so like wired branches. So I wasn't here. I've been surfing in Austria, and I came back home. I had somebody who was watering my trees, and I came back home, and there I straight away went to check my trees. Of course, I have trees here at my place, and then I have trees where I work, and I went to check the trees, and some of the trees that I had at home I left at work, and my precious trees, one of my oldest trees, like tropical trees, were stolen. So that was like really sad trip there. So then I was like, why did I go somewhere? This is fourth time whenever I go on vacation or holiday that same thief is coming to steal the trees. And this time, like, he took my most precious ficus trees. So one was like over 35 years, and the second one was old too, not that old, but it was like big root over rock with very precious stones. So that was unfortunate thing, but what can you do? So I think I can put this branch here, and this smaller one I can take off. I think I don't need it.